Now, the big question is, the session tonight is how to build a six-figure coaching business in 2023. And to do this, you need 5 things. Yeah, and if you have a pen and paper, I want you to write these things down. Yeah, because I want you to keep them very close to you. And I want you to make these 5 things, yeah, your friend. Yeah, hypothetically or metaphorically. And the first thing that you need is a vision. Yeah. The second thing you need is to understand what stress-free abundance means. The third thing you need are clients. Yeah. In particular, dream clients. The fourth thing you need something to sell. And the fifth thing you need is a strategy. So that's a vision, understanding stress-free abundance, dream clients, something to sell, and a strategy.
Hi there, Adrian here, and this is a video from a Zoom session that we do. We do these Zoom sessions every Sunday, and we take questions and answers from the audience, some of our students, some of our members. We never know what questions are coming up, so I'm always excited to do these sessions, and I hope to see you at one of them. Make sure you hit the subscribe button below and check out the other playlists that we have. Thank you, enjoy.
Now let's start with vision. And before I explain more about vision, let me tell you one of my favorite stories. Yeah, and one of my favorite stories is about this man. And this man, he's walking down a path and he found an egg. Now, this wasn't just any egg. This was a special egg. This was an eagle's egg. Now, this man was a farmer, so he took the egg and he put the egg with all of his chickens. Yeah, and that eagle eventually grew up and he lived with all the chickens and he did exactly what the chickens did. The eagle would fly a few feet into the sky and then he'd land back on the ground. The eagle would even pick around inside of the dirt and he'd look for worms, just like the chickens did. Now one day this eagle was gazing in the sky and he saw this bird majestically soaring across the cloud. And he's like, "What's that?" A chicken nearby responded, "No, that's an eagle. He's the king of the sky. He's the king of all birds. Now, don't you worry about him." And that eagle lived and died a chicken because that's what he thought he was. Yeah. Now, somewhere along your journey, yeah, you've forgotten who you are. Yeah, as a result of forgetting who you are, yeah, you limit yourself to the dream and the vision that you like to create. Now, as a result of sharing that story, I have one question for you. And that question is, why do you want to launch a six-figure business? Yeah. What would you want from that business? What is it that you want? What are you creating, yeah, as a result of launching this business? Yeah. And as I ask this question, I want you to become aware of what that is. Yeah, and write that down. Yeah, maybe you want to have a lot of money. Yeah, you have a lot of money so you can buy cool cars. Yeah, you want to travel around the world, spend more time with your family. Yeah, maybe you want to build a nonprofit. Yeah, maybe you want to have the champagnes and have the cute girls. Yeah, maybe you want to hang out with, famous people. Yeah, go to some of your greatest basketball games and enjoy adventures with the love of your life. Yeah, what do you want? Yeah, what is that six-figure business creating for you? Now, when you have that, when you have what you want, what else? What else would you want? Yeah, don't limit yourself. What do you want in your relationship? Yeah, maybe you want to create more romantic moments in Italy. Yeah, maybe you want to create more romantic moments in exotic places. Yeah, and write those down. Because most coaches fail because they lack vision. Yeah. Often we got tied up inside of the weed of things, and it shortened what we call our time horizon. Let me give you an example. Do you know Elon Musk? If you know Elon Musk, just nod your head. Most likely, you know Tesla. Yeah, we all know Elon Musk. And are you familiar? Do you know any homeless guys? Anybody know any homeless guys? Have you ever seen any? Yeah. Now, comparing Elon Musk and a homeless guy, Elon Musk have what we call a very broad time horizon, meaning his vision is to send us to Mars and create a life there. So when Elon is going towards that mission, yeah, that mission is bigger, so much bigger than any of the problem or the hurdles that he's going to encounter. Yeah. Do you think if Elon gets a message from one of his managers that, oh, they're experiencing a problem, that's gonna tip him over and make him stress? Of course not. Now look at the homeless guy. Yeah. The homeless guy time horizon is to get a meal or get a shelter at the end of the day. And just imagine how stressful that can be. Yeah. And one of the reasons why most of us coaches would fail is because we do not expand our time horizon of what we want to create. So the first thing is vision. What do you want? And I like to call on Harold, yeah, if you don't mind, and just share with the group. What do you want, Harold? Yeah, what would you love to create, yeah, in life?
I would love to create it to have more time independence.
Okay.
To be independent from a location, to be independent, not independent from time, but I can arrange my time. So I'm more self-determined to arrange my time.
Yeah.
When I want to work, who I want to work, who I want to help. Yeah. That's one of the goals. And of course, the higher goal is to support and to help other people.
Yeah. So I'm hearing two things: freedom of time and being able to support other people. Now, can I challenge you a little bit more here? Was that okay?
Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Now, when you say, imagine right now you have the freedom of time and you're supporting more people. What else do you want?
What else do I want? That's a challenge. So I think it's also personal growth. There are things that will come along that I don't know. So, and I will find opportunities for personal growth, to help other people, to meet new people, to meet new friends, to enrich my life.
Wonderful. Enriching your life. And I'm sure as you're exploring that, yeah, you're thinking about your health as well. I'm sure enriching your life means being in the best shape of your life. Yeah, enriching your life means working with some of the world's greatest experts, yeah, to help taking care of your physical body. Enriching your life means creating experiences with those that you love, traveling to different places and having a good time. Yeah, and I see one of my favorite person popped up on the screen as well. Hey, J-Man, how are you doing tonight? Thank you, Harold. Thank you for sharing. Yeah. Now that's the first one. Yeah. Have a powerful vision, one that would pull you, one that would motivate you, and really ask yourself, what do I want to create in my business? Yeah, what's the lifestyle I want to create, and become really specific about it. Now that's step one. Step two, stress-free abundance. Yeah, and I want to break this down into two parts. Now, stress-free, then abundance. Okay, and let's talk about what does it mean to be stress-free. And there are three things that you need to be stress-free, to feel stress-free. And the first thing is certainty. yeah, you need to be 100% certain that the decisions that you're making is going to move you towards your goal. If you don't have that certainty, yeah, you would feel lost, you'll feel frustrated quite easily, and you'll feel stressed. Yeah. The second thing is that you'll need autonomy, meaning you would need full control over the decision making and everything that you're doing. Yeah. Meaning the results that you're creating, you would need to be 100% responsible for those outcomes. And the third one is contribution. Yeah. Your work, the work that you do, should be making a level of contribution outside of yourself. And it's very interesting. I think this may even be one of the most important things that you'll need, because it comes to a point when you already have all that you want. Yeah, there's this numbing feeling. Yeah. But when you start switching gear, coming from a place of giving and contribution, it gives you a level of fulfillment and a level of motivation in what you're doing that you would never be able to receive. Yeah, so those three things is what we'll need when it comes to being stress-free. First, certainty, having a clear picture of where you're going and knowing that the actions that you're taking is going to get you there. 2, autonomy, yeah, being 100% in control and responsible for the results that you're creating. And 3, contribution. Yeah. Now, so far, most of the things that I've been saying, yeah, doesn't seem like it directly linked to creating a 6-figure business. However, as I go along, this would soon make sense. And this is usually the part that most of us want to skip over. Yeah, most of us want to get into the tactical stuff, like how to do marketing, how to get clients, etc., etc. However, I promise you, if you skip this step and you start getting into the weeds, you'll get trapped in the weeds and you'll forget the reason why you start doing what you're doing. Yeah, and this is something that I've experienced personally. I remember when I started my first coaching business in 2020, my only focus was on, how I'm going to survive the next month. Yeah, where I'm going to get my next client. Yeah, how am I going to, have enough money to maybe take my girlfriend on a date? And what usually happens when we're coming from that place is that we get trapped in the weeds and we get trapped in a cycle. However, when you have a powerful vision of the future that you're creating, yeah, you give yourself a purpose and a reason to why you're creating what you're creating. And it doesn't just becomes because of the money. Okay. Now let's talk about abundance. Okay. And for this one, I want to more or less show you what I mean by abundance. And when I talk abundance, we're talking money. And the reason why becoming aware of what abundance look like for you personally is so that you won't be setting yourself up for failure. You'll be setting a real goal. And I'll like to have a volunteer, someone who will volunteer with me on this exercise, because I said that I want to make it as practical as I'll make it, fun. Okay, let me call her Rajni. Rajni, would you like to play with me tonight?
Yeah. I love abundance. I love money.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's gonna make this even more fun. Now, I have a workbook that I'm going to bring up on the screen. Yes, and this is a workbook that I only shared with my clients. Yeah, and I'm going to share it here tonight. And at the end, I'm going to share with you a copy. Okay, and this is going to be fun. Now, if you're going to create abundance, yeah, you would need to be clear about what abundance look like for you financially. And most coaches don't do this, don't have a clarity around this. So they don't know how to price their offer. So you already know what the vision is. Yeah. And the vision is usually the bigger picture. Yeah. That big dream that you don't have yet. However, that's the thing that motivates you. However, there's 3 steps that we need to take to get to that level of abundance. First, we need to establish stability. Yeah. What would you need to cover? Like, how much money would you need to take care of stuff in these fallen areas of life? Okay, and once you have established that, yeah, the next base is to optimize it. Meaning taking things to a whole new level, because now you have covered stability. Now you want to think about those other dreams that you have. Maybe it is now you want to travel every month to a country that you've always wanted to travel, and then we'll add that maths in. So what I want to do with you, Rajni, is to establish what would stability look like for you personally, okay? And the numbers are not important. It doesn't have to be the exact numbers, but just an idea of what that looks like for you. So let's start with rent. Yeah, how much would you need per month if you're gonna cover rent comfortably?
I would say 15,000 RMB.
Okay.
15,000.
15,000 RMB. Transportation?
Same, around 10,000.
Okay. And when I say
But
transportation,
this is not I pay from my pocket. So what I need for myself is different number, you know.
Well, we're
So
talking
kids,
about stability, like what is stable? Okay, I mean basic,
no, then
basic expense.
transportation can be 3,000.
Okay,
No need 10,000.
3,000, yeah. And kids?
Kids can be 5,000.
5,000. And I'll encourage
It's
each
not
of,
US dollar.
yeah,
About RMB.
yeah, this would be RMB. And I'll encourage each of you, as you're looking on, I want you to follow along as well. Do this exercise for yourself, and it's gonna make a lot of sense. Okay, it's gonna make a lot of sense. Okay, kids, how about entertainment? Yeah.
If for stability, then I would say again 3,000 should be enough.
Okay, 3,000.
Food, if I'm looking for stability, yes, 2,000 will be enough. 3,000, yeah.
Okay, so make it 2005.
Okay.
What about bills? Include Netflix.
See, if I'm not thinking of expanding and I think 2,000 per month. This is the month, right?
Yes, this is per month.
It is enough saving. 20,000 US dollar. Maybe 10,000 RMB. No, just okay.
How much
10,000
would you love
should
to
be enough.
save?
Maybe 50,000 RMB. But I can start with maybe 20,000.
Okay, let's start with 20
okay.
because we are talking about stability.
Yeah.
Okay.
Personal development, stability, 5,000.
Mm-hmm.
Travel, I don't travel much, maybe 2,000. Tax and insurance, 1,000.
Okay. So now we have a clear picture of what stress-free abundance looks like for Rajni. And if you are a coach, and you have a certain level of expertise, this is where you start. Most often, because of certain money mindset, we tend to want to do this last. However, the first thing you need to get clear about is what would abundance look like for you financially? Because without this fuel, you're gonna be panicking and stressing and make this your mission, make this your goal. And the money is not the goal, the money is the gas. I remember listening to an interview from Simon Sinek. He said that what's the purpose of a business? Yeah, the purpose of a business is not to make money. Yeah, the purpose of business is to solve a problem. Just like the purpose of a car is not to go to the gas station to get gas, but to take you from one location to the next. Okay. So when we start shifting our mindset from that point of reference, the way how we see and approach our business changes. Okay. And now, Rajni, the real goal or the real total that I'm going to give you is a goal of 115,000 per month. And the reason why, I have a teacher who once says that, if you aim for the stars, and you miss, you would definitely hit the moon. Okay. But your real goal right now, your goal, stability for you would be 57,000 per month as a coach entrepreneur. That would be your goal. However, Yeah, let's see how we can create this. Okay, how much do you want to earn per client?
To make 50,000, I'm already stressed. How much I want to earn from each client?
Yeah.
500 to 800.
Now, let me ask you this question before I ask you that. What type of work would you do for your client? Yeah, what type of work would you want to do? Meaning, what's the biggest thing you would do for a client that you'll even do for free? What would that be?
I think even I will do free with their relationship with their own self.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is it's coaching, correct? Yeah.
Coaching or writing, yeah.
Coaching. Yeah. And how much would you want per client? How much would you want to earn per client? And there's no right or wrong answer here.
But how much I want to earn per client? If I want to be happy and enjoy my work, and yeah, now you told me the business is not about creating money. Yeah, if I get 500, I will be happy, but less is also okay. But 500, okay. Let's make it 500.
Let's say 500. Yeah. That means you'll need 230 clients per month to hit your goal.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And let me check in with someone else. Thank you, Rajni. And just keep paying attention. Yeah, let me check in with Nan. Yeah. Champ, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So let's say we're working with these numbers for you. Yeah. And how much would you want to earn per client? Thinking about the type of work that you want to do for them.
Yeah. So in dollars, right?
Well,
Dollars.
remember, don't worry about the dollar sign. I just put that there for design's sake.
Ideally, I want to earn 30,000 per client.
Okay. 30,000 per client. Okay. Now, as a result of that, you'll need 4 clients per month. Yeah, and it makes sense. The more you charge per client, the less clients you'll require. And that's one of the reasons why, yeah, the next step would be very, very important. However, we need to identify the type of work that you're going to do. And let me ask you this, Champ, what type of work would you do for your client? Yeah, that you'll even do this for free.
Helping them with their writing of personal statements.
So we say, writing. Okay. Yeah. And the reason why this question become important because one, it should be something that you're truly, truly passionate about. Yeah. And you know you can get your clients' results. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, what your client pay you for is not your certification, is not your experience, is to get them results. And that's an insight right there for someone. Yeah, and if that's an insight for you, I want you to write that down. Your client do not care much about your certification. They don't care much about where you're from. What they care about most is that you're the person that they can trust to get them results. Okay? Yeah. Okay, thank you for sharing, Rajni and Nan. Okay, now the next step is, yeah, the first one was vision. The second one was stress-free abundance. Yeah, and this is how we create stress-free abundance. Yeah, abundance in terms of the figures. Okay, we need to know how much we'll need to create stability, and we need to know what type of work we're going to do and how much we're going to charge for that work. And there's multiple ways we can identify this number, but this number doesn't matter right now. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways we can go about doing this. However, you need to put things on paper. You need to write it down. Okay, and I'm gonna say this over and over. Write it down. Yeah. Now let's go to the second step. Yeah, your dream client. And I want to ask this question to, let me see, who would love to play with me? Tian Tian, how are you doing tonight? Are you there? Would you love to play with me for a few?
Yeah, I would love to do it. I just not very convenient to open my camera, if that's okay.
No problem, no problem. Once I can hear your voice, that's perfectly fine. Okay, so we're all creating this together. So we established that our real income goal, okay, it's 57,500 per month. Yeah, we're gonna charge our client 30,000 renminbi. Okay, per client. We haven't established what it's per month. It could be per package. Okay, now the next question is to identify who's that client. So my question to you is, if you can only get paid after your client get the results that you promise, what characteristics would your client need to have to make this challenge a no-brainer for you to accept?
Make it a no-brainer for me to accept this client.
Yes.
Well, because my long-term interest or my long-term dream clients are, or the genre of my coaching would be business coaching and entrepreneur coaching. So the characteristics of these clients, I think they would need to be highly driven and very high intelligence and cognition abilities. Yeah, I think both of these characters or traits are needed for the collaboration to work, for us to collaborate to achieve the goals or the results that we set out to achieve.
So what I'm hearing is that these clients would need to be highly driven, meaning that they'll need to be action takers. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, they need to be highly driven. Because they are highly driven, so they would take actions to achieve their goals, but also to have the strong initiative to take actions in terms of overcoming the obstacles, no matter if that means they need to improve their emotional intelligence or personal development or business acumen or knowledge or strategy thinking, just in all aspects. No matter what aspects do they need to improve, they will have the drive to do that. Awesome.
And now that we're getting a general idea of your client, yeah, they need to be able to have high emotional intelligence. So I mean, they are already a part of this space of improving themselves. They have done the work. And let's talk about demographic. Yeah, tell me what kind of work do these clients do? Where are they located? Tell me about their locations. Where would you find them?
Well, to be honest, I've thought a little bit about it. I'm kind of like half year into coaching right now. I'm not there working with my long-term dream clients, but since we're talking about my long-term dream clients, I have some initial thoughts. I think that they would be located in first tier and second tier cities if you're talking about China.
Yeah.
And they would be the entrepreneurs of, I think, all sizes, small, medium, and bigger sizes of companies, or they would be executives, core members, high potentials. Yeah, I love working with driven people who are like change makers, especially. So these are my ideal long-term clients.
And how old are they? What's the age range?
I think they would be from the age of, I think roughly 30 to 45, even 50.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say you had to pick an age range and it could only be plus or minus 7. Like the difference can only be plus 7 or minus 7. What range would you choose?
Well, then the range would be like 14 years, right?
It can either be plus 7. So for example, maybe 30 to 37, minus 7, meaning minus 7 from 30. Do you understand? Which would be like, say, 23 to 30. Say from 40 to 47.
Oh, okay.
How old would you say they are? These executives and CEO are.
Okay. So it's 7 years difference, then I would 30 to 37. I don't know. I feel strongly about 30 to 40, but
Okay, let's make it 30.
yeah, 32 to 39.
30. Let's at least say 30, 35. 42. They may even be older. Thinking about executives, yeah, that age, they may be a bit older than that as well. Yeah. But let's go with these numbers. Okay. And
yeah.
Tell me, do you have any companies in mind? Yeah, that you may find an executive, a CEO, yeah, second and first tier cities. Do you have any companies in mind?
Are we talking about the resources that I already have, or just if I know it is fine?
If you know what you know.
Okay. I can't think of, let me see. Okay, well, the first company that comes to my mind is it's a startup company. It's been around for a few years, and they're like mainly a marketing agency. Their CEO is 32.
And what's the name of the company?
It's in Chinese. It's something called Dao Fa, like the way of sword or something.
Is it like this? Dao Fa? No, Fang Fa.
Another Dao, the knife Dao. It's the Dao is the knife one. It's the very simple character.
And the Fa, is it this one? Okay, I'll just do
the second one.
CEO of Dao Fa.
Yeah.
Okay. And what would you say is the yearly income of this executive?
The annual income? Well, I actually have no idea, but I think that she is, from what I know, she is currently paying her coach $3,000 from what I know per session.
And let's say you had to guess the annual income aside from what she's paying her coach. Let's say you had to guess, how much do you think an executive CEO makes per year? If you know how much it is per month, you can just do the maths on your side.
I would only have to take a guess. I would guess that she would be making 40 to 50,000 per month.
Okay. So let's say
maybe that's what she paid herself.
45 per month. So that we'll say 540,000 per year. Yeah. And that means you're asking for 30,000 from this. Yeah, considering maybe she has other expense. And the reason why this becomes important, now you're seeing the reality of you making this ask. Yeah, and for this particular CEO giving you 30,000 from this salary like this, it will be reasonable. but it would only be reasonable depending on what pain or problem does the CEO has right now that you are expert at solving.
Yeah, I see that. I see that relevance.
So I want to thank you for participating. I really appreciate this. Yeah, and one of the things that I'll share is that we need to become clear about this information. And the best way to become clear about this information is by asking. Simply asking. Yeah. And maybe you're not connected to this here directly. Go ahead.
Sorry, I wanted to ask, can we ask them their salary?
Why not? What the worst answer you can get is no. That's private information. And if this is no, maybe you can ask somebody who may know by getting into conversation. Yeah. And one of the best way to ask is through interview. Yeah. Or maybe we can go online and actually search, what is the average salary of an executive CEO at Dalfa, or what is the average salary of an executive CEO at a company of similar size? Okay. But I would encourage you to ask. Yeah, thank you for playing with me.
Thank you.
Okay, so now you have a clear idea, okay, of where you can find this person. Yeah, we need to know what their pains are and what are their goals. And what I like to do, Jay, are you there? Jay, would you like to spend some time with me as well?
Yeah, mate, I'm here, just snacking.
I see as I was asking TNT some questions, your head was nodding, and I know that you have been part of some of these networks for a while. So if I had to ask you, what would be some of the major challenges, pains and problems that an executive CEO would experience?
It's meeting the projected budgets.
Anything else?
I look at that as the bottom line. Well, if that's the ultimate goal, is you've got to make the money. Then the next thing is the human resources or other to be able to make that. So the issues are money, how do we make it, what have we got to earn it? And the biggest trouble that I'm aware of here is getting manpower, getting the labour, getting people, and then dealing with all those people issues.
Does that sound like it? Finding the right talent?
Yeah, that's good. Perfect. Yeah.
And what about in their personal life? What type of problems or challenges would an executive have in their personal life? Yeah, considering the type of work that they do, if any.
Life, work life, private life balance.
Okay. And tell me about their goals, Jay. Yeah, what goals and dreams does an executive or CEO have?
What I found, it's mostly about having the new car and living a lifestyle that they desire, which appears to be holistically, one of wealth and position. It's probably a little false, that one, but it's just something that I'm seeing more of the younger executive.
if we had to become a bit more specific here, what's a specific goal that they would be able to see and feel?
I think there's a degree of they want personal satisfaction, value, that they want to be valued, that they're doing their job well and are deserving of what they get paid, and can perhaps get a good bonus at the end of the year.
And I'm curious, valued by who? Who do they want to be valued by most?
Oh, of their employer.
No, this is just a general idea as we are putting this together. And most likely, as we start to brainstorm a bit more, we can get even more information. Okay. And
I'd add something is a good holiday. Mostly in our Western world, people want to have a good yearly holiday. So they want that as part of their ability to work and then have that holiday break as well.
Yeah. And I can see how the work-life balance would be important in that sense. Is that correct? Yeah. Yeah. Now, still thinking about our executive. Yeah, and we mentioned that this executive is driven. Yeah, they're highly driven, and they are action taker. They have high emotional intelligence as well. Another thing that I want to think about is their psychographics. And when I say psychographic, I want to know more about their values. What do they value? What do they believe? Yeah, about the world. What do they believe about themselves? Yeah, what can you tell me about the values of an executive or any particular executive?
I'm seeing that they're worried or concerned that the sustainability, that's the big one these days in their operations. That they're looking at the environmental issues and sustainability. There's also now a fair bit of but they're doing something of good for the world. There's this little bit of altruistic oops. We've had a bit of a hiccup. You're muted, Deano.
Okay, sorry about that. The last thing I heard was altruistic. My connection just dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let me bring the screen back up. Okay, go ahead. Continue saying what you're saying. So you said that they'll be more altruistic.
Environmental concerns, some altruism to make sure the world's okay, and that there's some value. They're looking that they're valuable in what they're doing to society. So that's where that little bit of altruism, helping others, and then that they're of some value to society in general.
And what do they fear most?
That's a good question. They seem to have a fear a little bit of the future, the way the world's going to be.
Anything else?
No, I can't really on that one. It's just, there seems to me it's like more a general overview of I'm noticing that a lot of people are wondering, there's a degree of uncertainty now with the world. And that is concerning a lot of people. and a CEO is feeling the responsibility, it seems, because they're the one who's the key pin to make things function and guide the company and deal with the employees as well who have these sort of concerns also.
Yeah. So it sounds like our CEO has a lot on his shoulders. Yeah. Okay. And now that brings us to our next thing. Yes, as coaches, we need to have something to sell. So thinking about our CEO, thinking about the work that we do as coaches, thinking about your own expertise. Yeah. My question would be, what are the 3 things you would do for our client to ensure that he gets results immediately?
I think deal with his self-confidence.
What would that activity be? What would you call that activity?
Well, it's the personal development side of it, and visiting his sense of self-worth. So I would look at personality and how he feels that confidence in himself as a person and his ability. So I sort of see that as a broad subject within the personal development, that he's actually working in that area, that he's getting this feedback and he's doing things which he or she values in themselves. So sense of self-worth, I suppose, within their working in what they're doing.
I heard you mention, I'm usually looking for the verbs when I'm asking these questions. I heard you say feedback. Yeah, how can we use feedback as a verb to help build the confidence of our executive? How would you craft that?
That's a good question. I'm a little I think if they had their planning, goals, planning, setting and achieving things.
Say goal planning. Yeah. So I can see that you helped in them finding clarity with this particular activity. Yeah. What would be activity number 2?
Teaching a little bit of ways to like meditate and take care of their mental well-being, like meditation, relaxation, mindfulness and health activities I'd put in there.
Health can be broad. Let me see. Okay.
Yeah.
Mindfulness. What it does.
Yeah. Yeah.
What would be the 3rd activity?
Oh, that would be the exercise regime. Yeah.
Okay. I know this is the part where we say that we need to create something to sell. And the reason why this becomes important, because most people don't know what coaching is. Coaching is one of the most powerful communication tool that has ever been existing. However, it's one of the most challenging things to explain to most. Because as a coach, you can't go up to a prospective clients and then they ask you what you do, and you said that, oh, we have a conversation and then you feel better, or you're able to take over the world. Something that's hard to believe. It's like magic.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's why it's something that you have to experience first. However, communication is another skill of coaches. And as coaches, we need to be able to communicate the value that we create. And the way we communicate the value that we create is by first understanding this person, understanding their pains, understanding their goals, and get clear about the goal that we're helping them to achieve. Okay?
Mm.
Now, Jay, as you're still on the screen, I want you to help me complete this sentence. Okay, and this is what we usually call a niche statement. And I'm trying to avoid the word niche. However, this is a very important framework. And the reason why this framework becomes important, because it makes it very, very easy for us to communicate the value that we're creating, or the value that you're going to create. So what we know so far, we know that we're helping who? Yeah, we're helping executives.
Executives, yeah. CEOs, yeah.
What is the goal that we're helping them to achieve?
Mm.
So based on what we've had so far, it sounds like what I'm getting so far, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Let's take
Executives.
balance.
Holistic and mindful balance, yeah. Mm-hmm. Work and life, yeah. Through
what processes?
Through mindfulness.
Let's make it interesting.
Sure.
Let's say you had to give your process a particular word. Do you have a particular process that you use, Jay? Instead of just calling it mindfulness?
Yeah, I would call it meditative practices, but I tend to use the word is spiritual realization.
Okay. Without, what pain are you? Let me see what the pain that we mentioned below.
Well, without any stress, without having to stress it, so without additional stress or causing stress. Stress that it's something else that I don't really have time for, or something else to fit into the busy life that it can be achieved.
What are they afraid to lose?
Their position, mostly.
Okay.
These days.
That does.
Mm-hmm. Status loss. Yeah. Yeah. Why? So that they get fulfillment from life, from both work and life.
Yep. Yeah. How does that sound?
Yeah, the spiritual realization doesn't quite fit in there, but through yeah, that's the sort of
That's the general idea.
general idea, but yeah, through.
Yeah.
I'd say it's more through understanding of self.
Mm. So maybe we can say it's through self-actualization.
Yeah, that'll be better. Mm. Mm-hmm.
And the interesting thing about this is that this would change the more you become aware of who your who is. Yeah. Okay. However, this is a start. Now we know what we're communicating. Now we know the value that we're creating. Yeah, we're creating something that we can sell, that we can communicate to our client. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. Now let's come back here. Okay. Now these are our three top activities. Yeah. Goal planning. Where did I spell goal wrong?
Oh, it's all right.
Goal planning, mindfulness guided practice, and a holistic health plan. And what you're going to do, you're going to use one of these three activities to create a lead magnet. And this is something I'm sure that, yeah, you're comfortable with, because these are the activities that you share. Yeah, you can create a goal planning template for, yeah, these executives and give it to them for free as a token of your appreciation. You can create a mindfulness series where you just record a few sessions and you share it with them. And yeah, you can create a health plan that you can share it with them. Yeah. And I won't go into the rest of this, but more or less, this is where you start. Okay. Yeah, we can break down these three activities into the outcomes, and we can expand upon them, and we can create even more. And a result of that, once you have these key milestone and pillars, you can use these to create, topics on content that you can create to educate your clients. Okay, so the first thing is, 1, we have the vision. Yeah, we know what we're creating. 2, we know what stress-free abundance look like, the basics. 3, we know who our client is. We're clear about that. 4, we have something to sell. Yeah. Now, 5, is the strategy. How do we create these clients? Okay, how do we create them? And we already start realizing that. Yeah, we create a product, a lead magnet. It could be a PDF document, it could be an audio, video, etc. And we're gonna give it for free. Okay. And the final part is the strategy. Yeah. And I love this quote from Sun Tzu that says that strategy without tactic slowly leads to victory. However, tactic without strategy is noise before defeat. And this is what I love to introduce you to, is what we call the client creation process. Yeah, because clients are not attracted, they're created. And they're created through conversations. Yeah. This is one of the biggest lessons that I've learned as a coach. And when I shift this level of thinking, it make creating a relationship with client even more fun. Yeah, I remember early, even last year, when I'm on a conversation with a client and I don't get that client, I used to get frustrated. I used to get super frustrated. Yeah, because I was so focused on selling and not creating a relationship. And I remember sitting with my coach and going through a session around this whole idea, and I didn't know why I was feeling rejected. And then I remember I actually got this whole idea of client creation from the book, The Prosperous Coach. So this is not my idea. However, I realized how powerful it is, and I want to share it with you. And then I remember the whole idea of clients are not attracted, they are created. And they are created through conversation. And when I shift my way of thinking, I realize that even though a client doesn't on board with me, I have given them a powerful experience. Okay. And that's by following this client creation process. Yeah. And through this client creation process, this is the strategy that I use to create clients. And there are 2 types of indicators. There are indicators that we call lead indicators, meaning the action steps that you do that you're in control of that leads to an outcome. And then we have lagging indicators, which is the outcome that you want to create, most likely in money. Okay. And there's 4 parts of this strategy. And there's 4 parts of this strategy that you have already been doing. And the first one is to connect. Yeah, just simply go in and connect with people. And not just any kind of people. Go in and connect with your client market. Go in and connect with these executives and CEOs through conversations, online, through networking event. And literally just build relationship without any expectations. Yeah. Once you have connect and build relationship, you already have your niche statement. They're going to be curious about you as you're curious about them. Yeah. And the next step is to invite them to a coaching conversation. Yeah. They may be sharing some of the same problems and issues that we have listed in this session. And you can ask a simple question like, is that something you'll need some help with? You love help with? Yeah, and they would say 2 things. 1, no. 2, yes. If it's a no, fine. Yeah, who do you know? If it's a yes, awesome. Yeah, let's put some time on the calendar for me to create some space for you. And that's where we move to the next part of the strategy, which is create. And the way we create clients, as I said, is through giving them a powerful experience. Yeah, and the way you give them a powerful experience is going back to these 3 activities. Yeah, performing your highest activity. Yeah, it could be 1 session where you're taking them through a guided meditation. If that's your thing, it can be 1 session where you are doing an entire year goal planning session. It could be 1 session where you're creating a holistic planner for the future, because what high-paying clients value most is clarity. And that's what you're going to give them. You're going to give them clarity of the future that they want to create. Because most humans, most individuals, I'll say 90% of humans on our planet lack clarity. And the reason why is because clarity is not something that you have or you don't have. Clarity is something that you consistently create as we're moving through life. And that's what makes you so powerful as a coach. Because through your engagement with a client, using the tools that you have, you can help them create clarity. Okay, so now that we've connected with our people, we invite them to a conversation. We create that client through conversation, build a rapport. Yeah, helping them have their aha moment. Yeah, giving them this powerful gift that you have. The next step is to propose. Meaning you got to ask for the money. Yeah, you got to, and you don't really, you got to know how you got to ask. You can't just say, okay, this is just ask. And the simple way to do it is to do it like you are a waiter. Yeah. Is there anything else that you'll need? Is there something that you'd like for us to work on? Would you like to know what it would look like if we work on this together? And again, there's 2 answers you'll get. Yes or no. If they say no, who do you know? Yeah. If they say yes, awesome. And all you need to do is explain what it would look like. Yeah. And then we're going to record how much money you make. And in playing this client creation game, if you're consistent and if you actually show up and take action and you're really clear about the vision that you're creating, you would hit 6 figures in your business. So what I like to do, I like to check in on everyone and see how they're doing and see if there's any questions so far. Let me see who's on the screen. Let me come back to Harold. Harold, are you still with us?
Yes.
Okay, so how are we doing so far, Harold? Do you have any questions? What's coming up for you?
Sorry, can you repeat, please?
What is coming up for you so far from what I've shared?
What's coming up? That's a very, very, let's say, detailed plan to go ahead. and I didn't follow the plan stepwise because I had just a short break before.
Mhm.
But I hope he's sending me sending us the file to go through it.
Yes, yes. For those of you who show up to this session, yes, I'll be sharing a free copy of this workbook with you. Yeah, and this is my gift for you. As you know, this year I'm really, really excited about helping more purpose-driven coaches, yeah, launch their own six-figure business. So that way together we can eradicate mental poverty and maximize abundance. Yeah, I believe that coaching is the silver bullet to 90% of the challenges and problems that we are facing. And we have a lot of awesome coaches, wonderful coaches. However, we are lacking the basics. Okay, and I really want to give you the tools that you need to create, yeah, what you want in life. Yeah, thank you for sharing, Harold. And let me check in with Rajini. Rajini, are you still with us? I know you may be listening.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me know what's coming up. What's coming up for you, Rajini? Any thoughts? Any questions?
It is so much detail, and it is so able that if people do it, it's valuable, but sounds very difficult. We should have one session, for session did it. Who filled up this sheet? Very, 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 very.
You break up a few. I heard that it's detailed, and then I heard difficult.
Yeah, it's detailed, it's difficult, it's useful. We can have a follow-up session.
Most definitely. This is just the beginning. Yeah, this is the strategy and the plan. Yeah. However, there's more tactics to this, and I'll explain how we'll get to those tactics later. However, my question to you would be, which part do you find the most difficult? So maybe I can answer that question right now so that it can be even more easier as you're paying attention and listening.
Just if I could say something. So when you said more difficult, I did the exercise of working out what the income I needed was, and I worked on replacing what the income almost where I'm earning as an employee at the moment, because I have a job for a while. And and this is a worst case scenario, is if I only got $150 per client, right, per week, how many clients I would have to have, and or $150 per client per session. And it's actually worked out that I'd need in a month 45 clients, and a week that's 9. So if you round it up 10 a week, that's 2 per day. So if I just did 2 1-hour sessions per day with 2 clients,
you'll hit your goal.
I would actually replace my current income.
Definitely. Yeah, and that's the level of clarity that this worksheet brings. And something that I didn't.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and I'm happy that you shed some light on that, Jay. And something that I should have said that I didn't, and my apologies, is you can package your offer. That's why I have signature offer here. You can package your offer however you choose to, because this is your business. This is your baby. If you choose to charge your clients per hour basis, you can. And I'll suggest you don't. Okay? I'll suggest you don't. The reason being, that would be a lot of stress for you as an entrepreneur. Yeah, if you're already financially covered and you don't have to support a family with your business, you don't have it, hourly rates won't be the best way to go. You create a package. Yeah, you create an offer. Yeah, just like you see most of those supermarkets would do on the shelf. Everything is a nice package, and it has a logo. You need to do the same as an entrepreneur. Because as a coach, you are an entrepreneur. Coaching is the tool, yeah, but who you are showing up in the world is a leader entrepreneur. Yeah, and this can be a package that can be over 8 weeks, 3 months. Yeah. Because the first thing we do is, yeah, let me go back here. Yeah, the plan, the goal planning. Yeah, one of the biggest thing that we said that we'll do, that Jesse that he'll do. And I'm sure that those of you here who are coaches, yeah, this is something that you do for your client. You help them set their goals, most likely in the initial session. Goal planning and goal setting in any form is evergreen to achieving any goal. What I literally did with you here is a goal planning session in some form. The goal is clear, 6 figures. Yeah. And it could be 6 figures at any different level based on the lifestyle that you want to create. And we can also see that this affects, yeah, these numbers. So it depends on your lifestyle. Yeah, maybe we need to change up some of these numbers, and we got to be realistic about the stability that we want to create. However, the goal is to create stability first before you optimize. Yeah, and optimizing would be maybe you create another product within your packaging and your offering. Optimizing would be raising your price, yeah, so you can take on less clients. Yeah, because maybe if you started out and you realize that the market is paying this amount. Yeah, you realize I need 12 clients, and you've been doing this for a while. Now you have 12 clients and you're now hot bread within this market. All the executives want to work with you. Yeah, you can simply raise your price, yeah, and work with less people. Oh. Let me check in with Tien. Yeah, Tien, thank you for playing with me as well. And I'd like to know what's coming up for you, Tien. What are your insights or questions?
Well, I think that while we were communicating, what came up to me was detailing of my client profile, my dream client profile, their characteristics, their qualities, their locations, where do they work. And I think that having that in mind would really help me to locate where my dream clients are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very valuable insight. And actually I did a dozen of client survey in the past of what I thought were my dream clients, but now I think that I can do it in a more accurate way. And I feel very hopeful and excited. I think that if I do it this way, then I can get a more accurate insights and needs of what my current dream clients need, and create a product. I actually wish to create not too many different products, but some more universal products that are applicable to these clients. But first of all, I need to find these accurate clients and do the surveys on them to get the first insights. So I think that would be very helpful.
Awesome.
So thank you on that.
Yes, my pleasure. And thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, and you know, I want to ask a question to everyone. I'm gonna ask it and I'm gonna answer it. However, before I answer it, I want you to think about the answer yourself. What's the difference between a businessman and an entrepreneur? The difference between a businessman and an entrepreneur is a businessman finds a product, yeah, and find people who want it and sell it. An entrepreneur finds a problem and create a solution for the people who need the solution to that problem. Yeah. I want you to start thinking and showing up like entrepreneurs. Yeah, and Tien mentioned something very, very interesting. And I want to encourage those of you right now who are coaches and who love to create a lifestyle around coaching, yeah, to start interviewing and serving, yeah, that specific group of people who you love to serve. And the reason why I'm saying specific group of people, yeah, because people buy because of emotions. Every single human being on the planet is an emotional buyer, even myself. And when you become more specific about who you're serving, you will have a clear understanding about what their pains are, what they fear most, what are their goals and aspirations, and you'll be able to communicate with them on an emotional level. Yeah. Because a servant to many is a master of none. One of the biggest fear that you may have is that, oh, if I become more specific, I'll say niche. Yeah, I would be leaving out a lot of people. No, if you don't become specific and niche, you won't serve anyone. It's like going to a restaurant, yeah, and they don't have a specific type of food that they're cooking. They're cooking multiple different type of food, and it just watered down the quality of the service. However, if you go to a specific restaurant that they're known for doing sushis, yeah, the level and the quality of the service would be even much better because they have specialized. And tonight, I want to encourage you to shop like that. Specialize like a professional. Yeah, be a master of your domain. I want to thank each and every one of you for showing up. And as a result of that, I would love to gift you a free copy of this workbook that I've created. Yeah, the designs aren't the best, but I promise you, if you apply, yeah, this strategy, if you become clear about the vision that you're creating, start with your vision. Map out what stress-free abundance look like for you personally. Establish your basis. Yeah, how much do you want to earn per client? Yeah. Get a clear idea of how many of these clients you want. Yeah. Identify your top paying activities and perform those only. Yeah. You would create the lifestyle that you want. And I just dropped the link inside of the chat so you can go ahead and you can download a free copy of this workbook. And what I'll be doing over the coming months is that every month, yeah, I'll be having a masterclass where I'll be going deeper into each of these segments. Yeah, so that I can support you even more. Okay. If this is not your cup of tea, if this is not the game that you want to play, that is fine as well. However, if you know someone who's playing this game and need a support, do share it with them. Yeah, this year my mission is to create even more abundance, yeah, in my life. And the way I know how to do that is to create abundance in yours. So together, we can eradicate mental poverty and maximize abundance. My goal over the next 10 years, over the next decade, is to empower million purpose-driven leaders.
Boom! You made it here! Good on you. Make sure you click the subscribe button below and check out the playlist at the end. If you'd like to come along to our Sunday sessions where we host a live, free Q&A for our students and members, you're welcome. I'll see you there.